Hi everyone. So today we are going to learn about writing a Java application with the help of pre-trained AI models, so that you can write an API which will accept a question and it will give back you an answer. For that we are using pre-trained AI models. For using pre-trained AI models we are using Ollama. So Ollama is a tool which helps to set up AI models in the local. So first you have to install Ollama by using this command, or you can download Ollama. So it's a simple, you can go to ollama.com and you can install Ollama. Once you install Ollama, in the code you can see Ollama will be running. Here I have already running Ollama. For running Ollama, how can we do? We can type Ollama space server. So Ollama will start. So once it is started, in this particular port it is listening. So you can see 11434. If I am clicking on this, I can see a message saying Ollama is running. So our Ollama application is now up and running. Once Ollama is running, now I am checking what all are the models I have. So I am typing Ollama space list. So it will show the available models in our local machine. All these models I have pulled. So if I want to pull another model, I can pull like this: Ollama space pull space Phi3. This is another model I am trying to pull. It's similar to Docker. It will pull the image and it will be running in our local machine. So here you can see it is in progress. So let it get downloaded. So I will tell you what is Ollama a little bit more. Okay. So here in Java we will use a long chain Maven dependency. So this dependency includes Ollama, Hugging Face and many more. In this demo we are using Ollama because Ollama is easy to use and it is easy to configure in our local machine, and it supports many models. So Ollama supports Llama3, Phi3, DeepSeek-Coder. So these different models we are using for different purposes. Llama3 we are using for general asking general questions. Phi3 using for mathematical and analytical questions. DeepSeek-Coder is using for coding questions. So this is how this Ollama is structured. So here you can see it is pulled almost 88%. So once it is pulled, we can use that also. So now I am going to my pom.xml. Here you can see what are the dependencies I am using. So this is a simple Spring Boot application with Maven. So you can use Maven and a Spring Boot application, or any application is fine, but in this demo I am using a Spring Boot application with Maven. So here you can see what all are the dependencies I am using. So these long chain dependencies are mainly we are using for AI related things. Okay. So this is a core dependency, long chain for the core dependency we have to add. Then we have to add Ollama. So if we add these two, our model related thing is done. Apart from that, the typical dependencies I have added: Spring Doc for Swagger, Lombok, Spring Boot validation AOP. These many dependencies are normal Spring Boot dependencies. The one and only special or specific dependency for this is this LangChain4j and Ollama dependency, these two dependencies. So once we add these dependencies, then we have to write a controller. In the controller, you can see I am using a router service. Here I am accepting a question. Okay, this a request. I am accepting a question here. Then if you come down, I am passing this question to the service. If I am going to a service, here you can see I have added Ollama chat model. Okay, so this Ollama chat model comes from this LangChain4j dependency which we already added in our pom.xml. So we have to use this Ollama chat model, and I have added here the question I am asking here, and this Ollama chat model we have to configure. So the configurations I have added in configuration, AI model config. In this AI model config, I have added each models: Llama model, Phi model, then Coder model. So each model uses the base URL. Okay, base URL I already shown you 11434. In this port only our Ollama is running. So I have to give this port, and model name I am given Llama3. So this is the configuration for Llama3 model. Okay, then timeout I can give build. So this is the configuration bean for Llama3 model. Below you can see Phi model. Phi model port and IP remains the same. It's localhost and 11434. But the model name differs here. It is Phi3 model. This model we currently downloading. We are pulling this Phi3 model we are using. Then third we are using Coder model. Coder model, the name is DeepSeek-Coder. So this is the configuration for whatever models we are using. Okay, so now I am coming back to the service. So now we have configured the models and we are using the models here. Now you can see the method ask. So first we are checking what kind of question it is. Okay, if it is a coding question, how we will decide it's a coding question? We are simply given some we are simply checking something. If this particular question contains any of these keywords, then we will consider it as a coding question. If that question contains any of these, then we will consider it as a math question, so that I can use the right model. So if it is a coding question, I am using Coder model. Okay, if it is a math question, I will use math model. If it is not a coding, not math, then I am using the generic model to answer. Okay, so this Phi model.chat is a inbuilt method in the LangChain4j. So I have to pass the question simply to the chat. It will give back the response. Then this response I will give back to the controller, and controller will return to the user. So I am running this application, and I am checking. Now the Phi model is already pulled successfully. Let me check. Okay, so here Ollama logs are running. Okay, so you can see whatever actions we are performing on Ollama log will come here. Our application logs is here. Application is running here. So application started on 9091. So I am going to my application. So let me refresh. So here you can see our application is running in this particular 9091 port. So I am asking a question here by using query. Let me try. So I am asking some mathematical questions. 12 star 12. Let me trigger it. So you can see it is loading. So if you go to the logs, you can see what is happening. It's routing to Phi model because we asked a mass question, so it is routing to Phi model, and this is the question 12 into 12. Similarly, we can check the logs in the Ollama. Okay, in the Ollama model is running. You can see it is calculating. Now if I come here, it is saying the response. You can see here, right? It's saying which model it is used, and the solution to the multiplication problem is as follows. Multiplying two identical single digit numbers yields a product of that number squared. Therefore, multiply 12 by itself gives us 144. So the answer is 144. So we got the response from the model. Similarly, if I am asking a coding question, what is Java? I am triggering the question. Now I am coming back to my code. Here you can see this Ollama is running. Here I can see the application is routing to coder model. Okay, because we asked a coding question, that's why it's routed to a coder model. Previously it accepted to a mass model, which is Phi model. We call Phi model, PHI model, Phi model. So here the chat query is fired. Let me see. Okay, now we got a response back. It's coming from coder model. Java was developed by James Gosling at Sun Microsystems, and it giving a one paragraph response back. Okay, what exactly Java is. So this is how the coder model works. If I am asking a generic question, what is the color of apple? So now I asked a generic question. So we can see which model now it is using. So here I can see it is routing to Llama model, because Llama model is a generic model, so it can answer this generic questions. What is the color of apple? So it is routing to Llama model. So you can see here the coding question routed to coder model, and the maths question routed to Phi model, and our generic question routed to Llama model, because we are using three different model for three different purpose. Let me see, it is okay, it gives back the answer. That's an easy one. The typical color of the apple is red. Such kind of a response we will get. So now it is very clear, right? So now I am going back to the code once again. I am stopping this for now, because since we are running the models, the laptop will get slow. Okay, so I have some GPU, that's why it is running this much fast. If your system does not have a GPU, instead you are running only on CPU, it will take more time. Okay, so for running models it's better to use GPU. Okay, so I am stopping the application. I am using Mac and I have GPU. Still it is hanging, means the model consumes a significant amount of RAM. Okay, okay, I stopped Ollama as well. Okay, so now it is faster because Ollama is the one which is running the models, right? If we stop Ollama, models are stopped, means models are stopped. Now it is much faster system. So this is my application. I will show you the structure and I will share this GitHub repository URL in my comment. You can go through the code, you can download or clone. Okay, so here I have some constants. I have request and response, I have exception, I have configuration for Swagger and AI, I have controller, I have service. This much only I am using for this application. So I have almost gone through all these classes. Request response, the constants. I will also show you constants, nothing but which model names and the default URL, everything we mentioned. In the request, nothing is simply a question, we are whatever request we are sending. The response, whatever we are giving back, I have created. Then AI exception, the exception details. Model inference exception, again the exception details. In model config, I configured which model and model name, which port to use, and it is auto wiring. It's a configuration class, and I have created 3 bean for 3 models. Okay, so here only I am mentioning which model to use, which is the port it is running, etc. And the router service, I am only deciding to which model to navigate. Here based on the condition it will choose either coder model or Phi model or Llama model. So that is based on my conditions, it will choose the model. So the conditions have what to check I have already written here. Based on this check it will decide which model to use. This all about this application. So in the coming videos I will be covering more detailed applications like using RAG, vector DB, and the embedding, everything I will explain. So this is the very simple application to get started with. I will share the GitHub repository. If you like this video, please comment and let me know. Thank you so much. Bye.